It might look like I'm about to play Hi-Ho Cherry-O, but I've got something a little spicier in mind.
A is for Antep and Z is for Zing. Got 24 more that'll grow in between. They say the spice of life is variety. That's why we're growing so hard on the alphabet of heat.
Letter N. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Alphabet of Heat. My name is Boss. I'm a gardener and a lover of all things spicy. And well, we have just reached the back half of the alphabet. It is time for letter N, Neem Fedora. So Neem Fedora is a very cool pepper in that it is a variegated chinense. It is, I believe, still the only known stable variety of a chinense that has variegated leaves. It's beautiful. It's got a really light color to the foliage to begin with, but then when you add in the variegation, awesome. My plant struggled. For whatever reason, it did not want to set flowers. It put on buds and they would fall off all season long. So what do I do when there's a problem that I can't get a pepper to grow? I asked the pepper lovers community. Luckily, my friend Matt at Matt's Peppers was able to hook me up with a handful of fresh Neem Fedora pods at the end of the season from his garden so that I can still give you a taste test. We'll go take a quick look at my plant and you'll see that it just never got there. When I'm recording this, my plant is still in my garage trying to give it some sort of chance, but I'm not going to leave it there all winter. I would prefer to put my car in there so I don't have to scrape ice and snow off. So this is probably the only one I'm going to get to eat this year. I'm excited. But before we dive in, it's time for pepper facts. The Neem Fedora is a capsicum chinense. It is from Italy, created by Andrea Rovin. The peppers themselves are usually about 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch around, these kind of globe-shaped peppers. And they are, on average, 250,000 Scoville heat units. They are hot. That's habanero level heat. And a fun fact is that people all over the pepper community have been crossing these with other peppers to try and create other stable chinense variegated varieties. Keep your eyes on the community. All right, I think the last thing for us to do is to find out, does Neem Fedora taste good? Just because it's chinense doesn't mean it's going to be delicious. It is going to be pretty hot, it sounds like. The plants are beautiful, but oftentimes ornamentals don't taste great. Let's find out how Neem Fedora stacks up. All right, as always, we have my friend Mr. Shaky Cam. One-handed chop. Really thought I could get the stem there. Sorry. But looks like a bucket full of seeds. I can smell it, though. Holy smokes. So yeah, lots of seeds, a little bit of membrane, surprisingly thicker walls than I would have thought on a small little pepper like this. I guess the only thing left is to bite the bullet. All right. This thing smells like a very hot chinense pepper. It's got a floral smell to it. It just has that hot pepper smell. 250,000 Scoville heat units on average. I'm expecting this to be a little bit roasty. Let's find out, does it also taste good? Neem Fedora, letter N in the alphabet of heat. Not a great flavor up front. Bitter. I mean, I took most of the seeds out. There's a couple in there that I'm chewing on, but yeah, a little bitter. Heat's starting to build. So far, I would call it's similar to, not a lot. It's kind of unique. It doesn't have, the nice, sweet, floral flavor like of a habanero. It doesn't have the earthy, mean flavor of the ghost. But it does have kind of that chinense. It tastes like it smelled, for lack of better words. So it tastes like that kind of hot, almost like wet grass kind of flavor. The heat definitely kicked in after about 30 seconds. It took its time to build. Almost exclusively on my tongue, a little bit on the roof of my mouth as well. Fairly flat, not completely flat like some chinense have been, but not real sharp either. It doesn't give you that instant like pins on your tongue burn. Overall though, the flavor is really pretty bland. Like I said, a little bit bitter up front. Trying to get that aftertaste to see does it evolve at all. As I exhale, it just tastes. I don't want to say it tastes dirty, not earthy, but dirty. I did wash it. Don't think that's it. It's got a pretty good staying power. Once it got up to its peak, it's still just about there. Like maybe the tiniest bit starting to roll off. We got my saliva going. You know, my tongue is still the main focus. It didn't really carry down my throat as I swallowed, which is a welcome surprise. Nobody wants to have a burning throat while they're trying to talk about this weird little cherry pepper. They look so much like the cherries from that game Hi-Ho Cherry-O. They definitely do not taste like cherries. They definitely are not sweet and pleasant to your tongue like a cherry is. That just burns. Excited to see if I can get these to actually grow and put on fruit next year. To see these nice little red berries on top of those variegated leaves would be pretty pretty. Pretty pretty. Rather pretty. Nice to look at. So as we roll into the back half of the alphabet, please make sure you hit subscribe, hit the bell. You'll never miss another episode. There's a video up here that YouTube thinks you're going to enjoy, and I will see you real soon. Remember, plants help us grow. Peace.